Hey, Nolan, good to see you, man.
Hi.
Trayvon was just asked just a second ago about some of the, continued COVID precautions that the team is taking. You hear all about the spikes that are going on and that sort of thing. So I just wanted to kind of ask you, what are some of the things the team players are kind of doing within themselves to help prevent any kind of further outbreak from happening?
Yeah. Well, first, I want to start off by saying good morning to everybody, and hope everyone's having a great morning. And I know, like Tremont said, mostly just wearing masks in the building. That's a big thing that we have going on for us now, and starting back wearing masks. And I know everyone thought we were done with the mask, and how the mask came back. So I mean, anything to do to win games, though, that's not in the question. Keeping as far as keeping our team safe, and a lot of guys about to go home to their family. I'm going to see my grandma. I'm going hunting with my uncle. So, they're not the one to get those people sick.
Yeah, Nolan, I think of you as a leader. You obviously are a leader on this team and everything. I just wonder if you could just speak to this sentiment of this team right now. You're heading in the Orange Bowl. I think after Alabama, a lot of people might have counted you guys out a little bit. Just what's the general sentiment going in this game, going to the Orange Bowl? You're in the playoffs. It's one and done now. What would, if you're speaking for the team's sentiment, what would you say?
New life. I'll say that new life. Coach Smarts even said it's a one-game season. What we did before, congratulations, and what we did before, again, it's not that bad. We can learn from all our mistakes, but it's new life. It's one game, and you got to win to advance. So I think a lot of guys are just ready to work, and we're happy that we have this opportunity. A lot of people, I watched Georgia football for a long time, and a lot of people didn't get this opportunity that we had. And now that we have it, we have to seize it. I tell the guys every day, well, let's just come work and keep putting one foot in front of the other one.
Let's go to Dean Legge and then Mark Weiser.
Nolan, how down were y'all after the Alabama game, and how long did it take to start putting one foot in front of the other?
Yeah, it was the next day for me. I hunted. I probably couldn't, be honest, couldn't sleep at night. So I stayed up watching film and watched the game as many times as I could. And, just trying to see what we can do better, things that we did wrong, places that we could have been better. And third down, everyone knows third down is money down in the SEC, kind of like the NFL. And we didn't do really good on third down. We didn't rush the passer well, and that's on me. And it's just a lot of things that we could have did a lot better.
Hey, Nolan, good morning. You mentioned watching Georgia football for a long time. Are you the kind of guy that was like glued in front of the TV for the Rose Bowl, for the national championship in 2017? And what is it like now to be able to play on that stage with these games that mean so much?
Yeah, when Lorenzo blocked that field goal and we went into overtime, and Tate did that thing at halftime, I watched the whole game, and a lot of people counted us out there, and we came back. So I'm really excited, and I'm happy to be on this stage and part of the team, or Georgia team, that made it to the college football playoffs. I'll be able to tell my kids this forever, but let alone hopefully we can win it.
Let's go to Allison Mastrangelo and then Andrew Goldstein.
Hey, Nolan, good morning. Trayvon I asked him about one area that he was working on after the Alabama game. He told me it was on conditioning. So what have you personally been working on as you prepare for Michigan?
My hands and my secondary pass rush move. That's some stuff that guys should be able to spit out to you right out the gate, because, it showed up in the game. And the outcome didn't come as expected, but now we know we have things to work on, and we're able to have new life. Like I said, we're able to come to this new season. So, a guy's working on the stuff that they need to do every day. For Trayvon, it might be conditioning. For other guys, it might be hands. I know hands is a big thing for me. And, just trying to make sure the guys keep the right head, the right mindset, so we can keep pushing forward.
Hey, Nolan, Andrew here from the NBC affiliate out of Savannah. I got two questions for you. First of all, can you talk about the influence that Harold Nelson and the staff at Calvary Day had on your early development and where you are now?
Coach Nelson, he's probably one of the best coaches. I've been around him, and Coach Ellington. And I really talk to those guys every day. They try to tell me every day, even when I go down to Savannah and I go run on the beach and stuff, even when it's cold. And I love it when it's cold, because no one's out there and it's just me and them. And it's the best thing ever. I know I try to keep that level head, level mind, and stay close to the people that, impact my life. And Coach Harold Nelson and Coach Ellington are one of those people.
Yeah, and on that note, I know you held the camp for the kids here over the summer before you went back this season. When 912 players see where you are right now, what message do you want them to take away? What lessons do you want them to learn from watching you?
That is more than Savannah than just going downtown and getting in all those shootings and watching the fireworks. And it's a lot more to life than what we're able to have. I mean, I'm a kid from West Savannah, Georgia, and I played for the West Side Whoopers, and I never thought I'd be in the stage that I am today. And a lot of kids don't come out of Savannah. A lot of kids don't get recruited from Savannah or even just the down south area. I mean, even places like 229 and Cordell, Georgia. I mean, guys like Quay, you see got one singular guy like Quay. You know how many guys like Quay there are in down south Savannah and Georgia. So we got to just get those kids out there and just make sure they have the right mindset and, stay in the school. The books are what's winning. Like I tell my little brothers, books are cool now. So if however you want to go about it, however you need books to go around in life.
Go to Charles Odom and then David Pascal.
Nolan, we've heard for good reason a lot about Michigan's running game, but they also lead the nation in plays of 50 yards or longer, so they've got explosive potential. How difficult is that? How much does that complicate your preparations to guard for the big play while also defending the run?
We take the prep every day, like just the same. In the SEC, it's a lot of guys that come in and run the ball and try to move bodies and then take deep shots down the field. And I feel like they have the same kind of mindset. Jim Harbaugh is a great NFL coach, NFL mindset, and he has that, pound them, and then take a shot down the field. So, we're preparing for that. And also, again, that's when pass rush, when they have 7-man protections and they're taking shots downfield, somebody got to win.
Nolan, I don't know how well you got to know Coach Tucker during the recruiting process, but Mel Tucker's the only coach that's beaten Michigan this year. And I didn't know if you've studied that tape. And of course, he worked with Coach Lanning and Coach Schumann. So didn't know if there'd been any conversation with those coaches as far as prepping for this game.
Yeah. As far as for me, I tried to talk to Coach Tuck, and, Coach Tuck is a head coach now, so he got a lot on his plate. So it's not like, text him here and there and he'll text right it back. So he probably gave me a couple of days to get a text back. And, he just told me just straight up, and he said, y'all should be able to, go in there and give a good shot. So hopefully he's right. And hopefully the things that we talked about, I can transition over to how they played their game and how we're going to play our game.
Go to Jake Rowe and then Drew Hubbard.
Nolan, you mentioned the pass rush deal, and you kind of took some responsibility for that. What can you guys do to kind of pick that up as far as your game goes? What can you work on specifically between now and Michigan?
Counter moves, knowing my rush angles, and a lot of stuff Jarvis is doing tremendous right now, helping me with my angles, my rush angles, and my rush moves. I'm so happy to have Jarvis back on the staff and back with us. And he was here, but now he's, he doesn't have class, and he's here every day, and he's just like us, and he's helping us on the sideline, and he helps us in the game. So I really appreciate that. And he's just helping me tremendously. A first round pick, what more help do you need?
I want to talk about specifically Michigan's run game. Obviously, Haskins is a really good running back. What have you seen from him that makes him as good as he is, and that you guys are going to have to stop in the Orange Bowl?
He's powerful, and I also seen he. A lot of people say he's just a straight run you over back and just a big power back, but I think he has a couple cuts in him. He's 1 cut, 2 cut. I seen him jump cut on field, read holes very well. He reminds me a lot of my best friend Trey. Trey coming out of high school was just like him, very patient, read holes, and then when the hole opens up, he hits it. So, he's a great back, and he runs with tremendous effort.
Let's go to Jed May and then Connor Riley.
Yeah, Nolan, kind of a two-part question. One, you mentioned growing up and never thinking you would get to this point. Were there any specific moments where you were like, man, like this dream of college football maybe seemed especially, improbable? And two, just now that you're on this journey from, like you said, from West Savannah to now, just what has this journey meant to you? I guess personally, being able to achieve success individually and, prove it for all the kids back home.
I'll say the first part was, man, when I was at Calvary Day my freshman year and I was talking on the phone with Coach Muschamp and I got my second offer. I really just got my first offer. I thought, because I'm a Georgia kid and I'm here, and then my second offer came, and then a lot more, then a couple more big time SEC schools came. And then when I went down to IMG, it was like eye opening, but I was with guys like Xavier Thomas, Teron Vincent. He played at Ohio State against Michigan. And just being around those guys, and I mean, they were 5-star athletes, and I saw how they work, and that's what I wanted to do. Just work hard, and they never stopped working. And I mean, for the kids in Savannah, the big thing is, I mean, we have Boys and Girls Club. I think we have some of the best sports in Savannah and in the surrounding areas. And just for those kids to see where I'm at and what I'm doing, I'll try to lead by example. And hopefully every kid that comes from Savannah is just like me and it just wants to work, because I know a lot of kids are down south, blue collar, just working.
Hey, Nolan, first, good morning to you. Second, Dan Lanning obviously takes the Georgia job. How involved has he been, and what have your conversations been like since he took that Oregon job?
I mean, he's still my coach at the end of the day, and he was with me for 3.5 years, and he coached me through this point, and I'm happy for him. Everyone does the coordinating job and eventually become a big time head coach, and he's become a big time head coach at the program. And when he line up against those dogs next year, he knows what he's getting.
Go to Ryan Curley and then Palmer Thomas.
Nolan, what's the mentality been for the team and for you? Finals are over, no one's on campus. What's different about your preparation?
Yeah, it's nothing different. And, it's a home away from home. I tell people that all the time. And, we try to live at Butts and be up here all day and see what we can do to fix. And I like it. It's like a mini vacation to me. I just go to practice and go home, go to practice and go home. It's nothing else that you want to do, get treatment and watch film. I mean, that's what we all want to be in the NFL life. And this is basically like guys in the NFL. All they do is go to practice, watch film, and go home. I mean, can you beat that?
Nolan, I know you've been focused on watching the Michigan offense, but was curious how much you've seen from Michigan's defensive star Aiden Hutchinson as a fellow defensive player.
I mean, I seen him a lot, and a lot of guys on that defense I watch just because a lot of them are my friends. That 2 boys from Georgia that play up there, and I just watch them, and they're really, I think they really fly to the ball very well, and they kind of move as a unit, and you tell they're unselfish. That's the biggest thing about the defense, being unselfish, and that's what we pride ourselves on, and I guess that's what they pride themselves on. But it's a lot of guys flying to the ball and running around, and we always say around here, you tell me how much you love your teammates by how hard you run to the ball.
What stands out to you specifically about him?
I mean, he's a great player, great technique, and I mean, he's a big time playmaker.
Okay, Nolan, thanks for your time today, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.